God still speaks. He knows what is in the darkness, and the light dwells within him. The Lord spoke through his servant, Prophet Samuel Akinbodunse, the final president worldwide, about the South African political parties. On the 1st of January 2020, God showed him the new political party that is to be launched in the year 2020.
Another political party will come on in 2020. And this one will be more effective, more opposed, more dangerous, more fast grown than DA and EFF, and they will oppose ANC to the core. And we should pray so that they will not be the one that will take over our 10 and rule our 10. And I'm not saying you should pray against them. Just pray your prayer. But I'm seeing a new party, a new political party that is going to be very, very strong. If ANC is not careful, how? See, this political party I'm talking about, they will fill everywhere. Even some of you that you are sitting down here, you will join them. Their manifesto will be very good, palatable and palacious, and they will deliver as they have promised. So ANC must not sleep.
And again, on the 2nd of February 2020, the servant of God delivered the mind of Jehovah regarding the new political party in South Africa.
ANC is not the problem of this country. It's only individuals that are problem of the nation. There's nothing wrong with ANC. There's nothing, do what? Wrong with ANC. And if the cabinet is not changed, they should get ready for another tough EFF, not the one that is existing, another one, another political party. We shake ANC. ANC will run like a baby, and they will look for whom to carry them and help them out. And I'm saying the truth. Remember, I said to you that EFF, DA cannot remove ANC from power. But the one that will remove ANC from power is on the way. If ANC refuse to put their house in order. And I'm saying this with the confidence I have in Christ. Because whatever God shows me, he can't miss it.
Herman Mashaba states that when he resigned from the DA in October 2019, he was confronted by so many voices who have given up on South African political system. And he hearkened to the voice of the masses as he launched his new political party, Action SA, on the 29th of August 2020.
Sanbonani, Huemore, Dumelang, Molweni, Tobela, Afsheni, Nda. Good morning, South Africa. As a people, we have traveled a long and difficult journey. After our painful and divided past, we merged into the light of democracy with hopes and dreams and a belief in the prospect of building a new country. I remember a feeling of sense of pride when I could stand in a long queue with my diverse fellow South Africans to vote in 1994. I was finally a citizen in a country of my birth. I believe we would see an explosion of opportunity as the shackles of our past had been broken by great men and women who had achieved the impossible in South Africa. But, like you, I came to see how our country fell into the hands of evil people who inflicted pain and suffering on the poor of our country through their greed and failure. 26 years into our democracy, South Africans are suffering. We suffer from the highest levels of inequality. We suffer from an economy that does not grow. leaving 10 million people unemployed and families destroyed by the stress of hunger. We suffer from levels of crime that leave law-abiding citizens living in fear, while criminals roam our streets with impunity. We suffer from an education system that grooms our young people for nothing better than unemployment. We suffer from racial division and hatred and betrayal of our promise that every South African is equal and valued. We suffer from a government that has taken us backwards, not forward, that loots the funds meant to deliver opportunity, dignity, and services to the people of our country. We suffer greatly as a people. But, my fellow South Africans, if there's one thing I know about the people of this country, is that we are resilient. We have endured hardship and prevailed. We succeeded in spite of our government, not because of it. We believe even when there's little to believe in. And let me tell you today, we are the majority in our country. We are not the radicals who hate and sow divisions amongst us. We are not the criminals, the extremists, the corrupt, or the racist. We are the good, hardworking, law-abiding, family-oriented, and freedom-loving people of our beloved country. We are the South Africans who love our country, hate what has been done to it, but have given up on the political system because it does not give us cause for hope. We are the greater people of this country, the silent ones, the unseen and ignored. We are black, we are white, we are Indian, we are colored, we are young, we are old, we live in cities, we live in villages, we are heterosexuals, we are LGBTQIs, we are men, we are women, and all have had enough. Because we have been silent for too long. We have given power to the noise of the few who claim to speak for us, but not anymore. Our voices are rising and rising. We are ready to take action and take back the future of our country. There is nothing as powerful in this world that does that moment when good people realize that they are the majority and stand together to change the course of history of our country. Today, I stand before you to offer you hope in the face of our despair. I stand before you today to launch a new future of our country in the face of our national depression. I stand before you today to tell you with a deep sense of conviction that we will emerge from the depth of our despair and enter a new era of prosperity. Make no mistake, it will not be easy. We face the grim prospect of 3 to 7 million more South Africans joining the ranks of the unemployed in the wake of COVID-19. We face trade unions that will protect their members at the expense of the unemployed. We face political parties who want to divide us because they are threatened by the positive change that we threaten to bring. However, if there's one thing that I've learned by engaging South Africans through the People's Dialogue, is that together we will overcome and prevail. Today, I'm proud to announce the values which together we have carved into the foundation of bedrock on which our vision for South Africa will be built. We stand with the majority of South Africans for a non-racial future. I affirm today that this non-negotiable truth that every South African has an equal and intrinsic value, no less, no more than any other. Racism diminishes the equality and worth of South Africans and set us back in our progress for our country. It has no place in this new party, and it has no place in our country. When I started my business at the age of 22, many people who did not know that I partnered with a white Afrikaner from Boksburg and an Indian from Lodium. In the mid-1980s, when it was illegal to do so, we succeeded together to build a successful business. This is the dream I have for South Africa. Together with you, we stand for social justice. We cannot sit back and allow our fellow South Africans to live in squalor in informal settlements across our country. We are going to reclaim our cities from criminal elements and offer these buildings to the private sector to build affordable accommodation for our people, students, and small businesses. Triple B has not served anyone but the wealthy, politically connected elite over and over and over again. It must be put in its rightful place in the rubbish dump of our history. It must be replaced with a massive program of investment in education and opportunity in areas where communities suffer from the legacy of our unjust past. Ladies and gentlemen, these are our values, forged in partnership with millions of South Africans. It is an unbreakable bond which will never change, while will never shift and will never be forgotten, because it was forged with you. We will not be an opposition party. South Africa has many opposition parties, but it has no government in waiting. The opposition has failed in South Africa because they lack broad appeal and they had no offer a viable prospect of unseating the ANC. We will change this. Where we contest next year, we will win. Where we win, we will govern for the benefit of all South Africans. We will make this our offer to all South Africans in 2024. My father passed away when I was 2 years old, and my mother was a domestic worker in Johannesburg. I was raised by my sisters and my grandfather. It was my grandfather who taught me, listen to what people say, but trust only what they do. That is why I said to you today, the time for talk is now over. My fellow South Africans, it is now time to reveal the name and identity of our new party. Now is the time for action. We've spoken, we've engaged, we've dialogue, but this is not time for action.
For this reason, we ought to know that it is He who reveals profound hidden things. And surely the sovereign Lord does nothing without first revealing to His servants, the prophets.